All right, Shalom. Let's check the feed. Bear with me. One second. All right. Good to go. End time vibes, man. Hey, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakab. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, Jim and Charlotte, back at you in another midweek camp. All right, so we're going to bring it out through the Holy Spirit, the Rakab Kudash. And I pray that this camp is edifying, man. All right, so we want to get into the end time vibes, the spirit. All right, it's all about prophecy. As the Lord said, you know, that we will remain occupied in prophecy, right? Bear with me. Let me just get that real quick. Let the spirit move how it moves. All right, Sirach 39. Sirach 39. And verse 1, it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof." Excuse me. Let me read that again. Sirach 39 and 1, it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom from all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy." Man. So this is where we at, man. All right, and we're occupied in the end time prophecies, man. All right, because we don't have many of them left. All right, the RFID chip, MOTB. All right, one of the main last prophecies that has to come to pass before nuclear destruction takes place, man. All right, right now we're watching the gathering of the troops. Isaiah 13, which we'll probably go into that. We'll open up with that. You know, we're watching the gathering of the troops. We're watching the civil unrest brew. We're watching this man lose his mind. He's literally created a militia army that's going to come against the American people. All right, we're watching the financial collapse. All right, because soon to come that dollar is going to be abolished. All right, so many so many different things that are going on. You know, so the point is again to remain occupied in prophecy, right? So let's get this in Isaiah 13. All right. So this is Isaiah 13, all right, in verse 1. Excuse me. Isaiah 13 and 1, it says, "The burden of Babylon," right, and this is talking about America, all right, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Isaiah 13 and 2, "Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain." All right, the high mountain is America, Babylon, man. And the banner is this word, the truth. The standard is being lifted up. All right? It says, "Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles," man. This is where we at in prophecy, man. All right? We talk about it a lot. But now, you know, the movement, if you will, this thing of ours, all right, of the Hebrew Israelites, okay, is the most talked about thing in the earth right now, man. All right, and all this contributes to the fall of the tiny top too. All right, because now, as we've been saying for years, that they would eventually have to deal, you know, with the Israelites, man. They would have to deal with prophecy. They would have to deal with the exposure that's coming out, man. All right, so Israel is being spoken about all over the earth, man. All right, and when I say Israel, I'm talking about the true biblical Israelites, man. All right, because the frauds are being talked about too. This is why they're creating laws to the point where you can't even you can't say anything. All right, so this word is definitely going up to the gates of the nobles. The gates of the nobles represent the leaders. All right, the judges, it tells you that the judges sit at the gate. all right? Your policymakers, lawmakers, your governors, presidents, politicians, right? They all have to acknowledge this word, right? And I want to make a point. That quote from they say it was from Gandhi, right? But other sources say it's from somewhere else. But the point here, right? It says this quote is commonly attributed to how you say this word? Mahatma Gandhi. It says though historians note the exact wording doesn't appear in his writings. It is more of a paraphrase that stuck because it captures the idea so well. And that quote was, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. And this is where we at, right? We've been saying this for years. You know, first they ignored us like we didn't exist, right? You got brothers all over the earth, man, on the highways and hedges throughout America, throughout the world, man, right? They tried to ignore us. They said there was a bunch of bug outs, just a bunch of angry niggas out here that don't know what they're talking about, right? Then they laughed at you, they mocked us, they scoffed, right? Then they fight you. Because right now, this is where we at now. Eventually, it's going to be persecution. There's going to be a smear campaign against the true prophets of the Lord, man. Right? So that ties in how eventually they're gonna come down. But as I'm saying, as we read in this Isaiah 13:2, that this word is going up to the gates of the nobles, right? Is the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua have to be acknowledged. All right, we can no longer be ignored, right? And this is what's stirring up all the issues in the earth, man, because the Lord is getting ready to avenge His temple, as it tells you in Jeremiah chapter 50 and 51, right? All of the chaos and calamity and the global events that are taking place worldwide is because the Israelites are back up upon their feet, man. All right, Isaiah 44, Ezekiel 37, all right, the valley of the dry bones, and that's America, man, where the Lord, put the breath back into us, caused the sinews to be put back upon us. He covered us with skin. He gave us our nationality, our heritage, our language back. All right, so this is what's causing all the uproar on the planet, man. All right, God's true chosen people are standing back up, right? So reading that quote one more time, it says, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. See that? And it's written that the elect, all right, are going to win. He that overcometh, right? Matter of fact, let me get that. Right? Revelation 2, this is what Yahushua said. All right? Because the victory is already written. Right? Revelation 2. And Revelation 2, red letter, and this is Yahushua speaking. Revelation 2 and 25. It says, but that which you have already, hold fast till I come. Verse 26, Revelation 2:26, it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, man, because in the kingdom to come, the kingdom of heaven, we're going to rule over the nations, man. All right, the house of David, the governing body, is going to rule over the planet Earth and the universe forever. Right, but it said he that overcometh. And what are we overcoming? All right, the beast. All right, this system that's being established and that they're bringing to pass. And I want to get this word real quick before we go back to Isaiah 13. Right? Revelation 2. And I want to get that word for overcometh. All right, bear with me. Give me 1 second, let me pull it up. Revelation 2 and 25. Revelation 2:25, and the word is overcometh. I'm almost there. All right, so this word overcometh, Revelation 2 and 26. All right, where are we at? Overcometh. All right, it says to conquer, to carry off the victory, as we just read. All right, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. All right, then you get the victory, right? To conquer, to carry off the victory, come off victorious. It says of Yahushai, victorious over all his foes, right? It says of Christians, which we know that the true Israelites, or I should say that the true Christians are the Israelites, all right, starting with the elect, all right, the true followers of Hamashiach Yahushai. It says that hold fast their faith, even unto death, against the power of their foes, right? The Lord said to strive unto the truth, to strive with the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, right? To hold fast their faith even unto death against the power of their foes and temptations and persecution. So that's the spirit, as we just read, right? In that quote, I said that the persecution is going to come. They're going to try to fight us, all right? They're going to try to round us up. They're going to try to smear us, all right? That's all part of the persecution, the temptation, peace king, all right? The temptation, the mark of the beast, all right? Where they shut all this shit down and you're presented either to take the chip, all right, or possibly to get your head cut off, man, to be a martyr, all right? All these things are upon us, man, all right? To hold fast their faith even unto death, even, it says, against the power of their foes in temptations and persecutions. When one is arraigned or goes to law to win the case, maintain one's cause, all right? Conquer, overcome, prevail, get the victory. So you get the point, all right? He that overcometh, man. All right, so it's going to be a fight. We're getting ready to enter into a fight, man. Okay? This man is getting ready to squeeze society to the point of destruction, man. All right? Society's going to break down. People are going to bug out, you know? People are not going to have a stability of mind in that time, man. All right, so it's going to be even more crucial to have the wisdom of the Lord, right? That's what the Lord said that in Jeremiah, right? And we'll go back to Isaiah 13 in a minute. You know, it's the spirit, right? But he said that, how'd it go? He said that, matter of fact, let me get it instead of quoting it. Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, right? Yeah, here we go. Speaking about that. This is Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. All right, so it don't matter how many degrees you got, where you got your education, all right, what kind of licensing you have, you know, all your worldly accolades, all right? Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, right? How much money you got, how much you worth, your net worth, and all that bullshit, right? Because all that's going to be done away with, all right? And let not the rich man glory in his riches, verse 24, the point. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, right? That's what matters the most. That he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, which exerciseth loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord, man. So what matters most is that, do you have the wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai as we enter in these times of straits, man? All right? The Lord said, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, let not the rich man glory in his riches, and let not the mighty man glory in his might. All right? The conclusion of the matter, do you know Yahweh Shemel Shai? Right? The Lord said he loveth none. Let me get that too. He said he loveth none that dwelleth with wisdom, right? Let me get that. Right? That's why Isaiah 33 and 6 tells us that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. All right? And the fear of the Lord is treasure. All right? And we're getting ready to really see, all right? We're getting ready to really see the meaning of these words, man. Why the Lord said these things, you know? Real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon, right? Oh, it's a heavy chapter. Let me start up. Forgot about this one. Hold on, I'll get to the point. The Wisdom of Solomon. Gotta read up. Okay? All right, so it's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. All right, and we'll start at 22. And it reads, for wisdom, it says, for wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught me. For in her is understanding, spirit holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. All right, because wisdom is perfect and pure, man. Right? Verse 23. Kind to men, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits. Verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. All right, and those that really got motion is the ones that got wisdom. Right? That's the real motion. Niggas talk about motion. All right? The real motion is having the wisdom of the Lord, man. Right? Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. Verse 25. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High. Right? As I said earlier. Ezekiel 37. All right, what happened in the valley of the dry bones? The Most High put his breath back into his people, man, and raised us up out of the graves, because we were once dry bones. We were spiritually dead. Right? That's why it tells you in Ephesians 5 and 14 to awake and arise from the dead, for Yahweh shall give you light. See what I'm saying? Wisdom of Solomon 7:25. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence, flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Right? Verse 26. For she is brightness, for she is the brightness of everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God, in the image of his goodness. It says, verse 27, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. Right? Because what's heavy about that, through the wisdom of the Lord, you know, he what's the word? He refreshed, you know, our minds. You know, the scriptures talk about how the Most High stirred up our pure minds by the way of remembrance. Right? So through wisdom, it said, what did it say again? It says wisdom, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 27. And being but one, she can do all things, remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. See? And in all ages, into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and the prophets, man. So that's heavy. Hey, y'all bet you know the shot, see what I'm saying? You know? That's the power of the wisdom of the Lord, man. Right? Make your friends of God. It says, enter into the holy souls, she maketh them friends of God and the prophets, man. All right, verse 28. The point, it says, for Yahweh Shemel Rashah loveth none. For Yahweh Shemel Rashah loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. See? So that's how crucial the wisdom of the Lord is, man. All right? And wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Right? So let's go back to the point. In Isaiah 13, I'm just going to the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the spirit like the wind. You want to read from y'all? James low tie tag. You know? I was getting it done, though. Yeah, just start at the top. It get all cold, man. Man, you know?
So Isaiah 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see.
Yep, the burden of Babylon. Go ahead.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble.
You can speak.
Right. So this is what you see going on. Right. Every brother out here that's preaching this word, right? The spirit is shaking the hand at these devils, telling them that they're going down, man. right? These nobles, right, that are gathered in Davos right now, right, that are having these secret councils among themselves, right? They're seeing this message, and that's why they're having these meetings, man. Right? That's why they're having this year's WEF meeting. Is the spirit of what's it?
Pestilence War or something like that, right?
Well, no, they were talking about dialogue.
Okay.
Spirit of dialogue. But what are they dialoguing about, man? They're talking about us. They're talking about this word. They're talking about Yahweh Shai, right? Because that's what they're preparing is for his ultimate coming, man. Right? That's why they're trying to push AI, as a deity, man. Because they're trying to prepare the people to fight against, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that dude, the Mo, Yuval Noah Harari, he said that AI was going to control so-called religion. You got it?
Isaiah 13:3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones
Right,
for my aid.
the sanctified ones, all right, which are basically the prophets, right? Keep going.
I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger.
For my anger, the angels, man. All right, that's why, just thinking about what it said there, Revelation 7, how the Lord is holding back the four winds, all right, to the elect be sealed, because the angels are going to bring forth the destruction, right? You got it up.
Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Yep, keep going.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shai is gathering the world's armies for nuclear war, right? That's what the uproar in the earth is about, man. All nations are preparing their countries for the inevitable, man. Nuclear war. I did a lesson last night, going into like 3 college professors, and they had a whole fucking PowerPoint slide presentation. She was like a college class, right? And they were breaking it down, the realities of nuclear war, right? They said they said that the temperature was 100 million degrees, bro. Once those missiles hit, it's gonna form an artificial sun. It's gonna evaporate everything in its path. I'm like, man, does that not put the fear in your body, man? Right? Who wants to be a part of that? You see, but that's how serious it is, and that's why they were going through that presentation, just to give you the realities that people are taking for granted. That look, we are in the last days. They're talking about nuclear war. This is the end of humanity. And it's not really the end of humanity. It's really the end of Esau's world, man. All right, because when the elect come back down, that's the kingdom of heaven that's going to be established on the earth forever. You see, you got it, brother.
Isaiah 13 and verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land.
And what land is that? That's America. All right, they come from a far country. Nuclear missiles, man, the warheads, which they said they're capable of traveling 27,000 miles per hour. Meaning, if they're shot at one part of the earth, on one part of the hemisphere, they can reach the other side in a matter of 15 to 30 minutes, man. Remember, Revelation 18 said that Babylon was going to be destroyed in 1 hour. You speak, brother.
Hey, that's why you see, Trump going after Greenland and things of that nature to have more of a strategic advantage, right, in this nuclear war that's about to take place, right? We already know they got Russian missiles stationed, in the North Pole in that area, right, right there across from Alaska, right? You got China right there across, right, next door. All these things, right, is America being surrounded, man, right? Russia has ties to Cuba. They have different ties in South America and things of that nature, right? So once, like it says they come from a far country, from the end of heaven. Every country has embattlements of these different nations, man. So it's going to be nuclear missiles being launched, all over the earth, with that main focal point being here in America, man. It says, verse 6, Isaiah 13:6, "Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand."
Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh Shai is at hand, bro. And we're out here hollering, man. we're giving you the warning. We're giving out the warning so our people can prepare for that day, for that time, man. Right? Who's listening? Right?
And it says in the NLT, it says scream in terror. Right? And that's, in the spirit, that's the voice that's going out, giving the warning of the coming judgments, man. Right? We're trying to yell at these people to prepare themselves, yell at you Israelites chiefly, to prepare yourself for what's to come, man. Because we see it, man. We understand the terror of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? So we're trying to give you this warning of what we see on the horizon, but we see week in and week out, people just continue to walk by, people continue to scoff on the internet, right? But that last chance could be your last chance, man.
That's very important. And can you get that real quick in 1 Corinthians about the terror of the Lord? We persuade. That's a good point, man. And we're persuading our people to repent and to come into the fold, man. Those that were meant to get it,
2 Corinthians 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord would persuade men.
Yeah.
But we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciousness.
Yeah, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. All right, the terror of the Lord is upon this place, man. Nothing but horrific judgment, man. Right? The nuclear destruction is the icing on the cake. Don't forget about the mass death and the civil wars and the bodies in the street. The dogs to tear. All right, psychopaths running. Because look, it's going to be a time of lawlessness, man. Ain't no calling the cops. it ain't no 911. Ain't no be no ambulance rushing down the street. So through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You men and women. Right? You jakes that's sincere that fear the Lord, man. To get right. Like it's how you said again, your last chance might be your last chance. Man.
So Isaiah 13 and verse 6.
Yep.
How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand.
Yep.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Yes.
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Yep.
And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Oh, yeah.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Yep.
They shall be amazed one at another.
It said, as a woman that travaileth. You ever see a woman giving birth, how she look? How jacked up she is, how the stress that's going on in her body as she's trying to push the baby out? That's going to be the state of the people in that thing, man. That's what the Lord said, as a woman that travaileth. Right? Go ahead.
They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Their faces shall be as flames. 100 million degrees. There's no way you can avoid that. Ain't no bunker gonna save you, like they said in the video. You got a bunker, you just gonna get baked in the fucking oven. You're gonna get baked underground. You got fucking Kim Kardashian and athletes and celebrities that got bunkers in America for what? Right? They gonna get baked under there, man. Like a fucking baked potato. It's no escape, man.
Isaiah 13 and verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both in wrath and fierce anger.
It said the day of the Lord was cruel, man. Cruel both with wrath and indignation, man. There's nothing peaceful about the day of the Lord. All right? That's what the Lord said in Amos. Get that real quick. Woe unto your desire. All right? Niggas is still in church in 2026, bro. Talking about I can't wait for the,
They're gonna run straight to them churches when things are starting to, go haywire around here. And they're gonna find nothing, man.
That's it.
Right?
JC gonna leave a lot of niggas hanging. I think it's Amos 5. Is it the 5th chapter? Yeah, like 18.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Yep.
To what end is it for you?
To what end is it for you? Do you understand what the day of the Lord consists of? What's gonna happen? All right? People are gonna drop dead just off the sight of the Lord, off the appearance of His glory, man. Right? Because you gotta understand, the earth is gonna be trembling. It's gonna be, earthquakes. There's gonna be all types of shit going on in the arrival of the Lord. Keep going out.
Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Right.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Not light.
And when you read that verse in the NLT, it talks about the day is hopeless, man. Right? Without a ray of joy or hope in it, man. Right? So there's no escape. Right? These people still have some semblance of looking forward to the next day, man. But once all hell breaks loose out here, people are going to be seeking to die out here, man. They already got people saying, I'll be all right if I didn't wake up tomorrow morning, right? So how much more when it's really hellish out here?
Yeah. The scriptures even say they shall seek death and shall not find it, man. All right, the Lord is going to purposely keep certain individuals alive just to go through shit, just to experience the terror of the Lord, man. Man, that's heavy. Go ahead.
Amos 5:19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Right. So again, there's nothing to look forward to if you're not a part of the elect, man. Right? Everybody is making their plans for the future, but the future is destruction, man. Right? The future is famine. The future is plagues. The future is teeth of wild beasts, nuclear fire, man. Right? Being torn down in the streets, right, by these militia groups, man. Right? That's the future that's coming to Babylon the Great.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do against 100 million degrees. That shit blew me when I heard that, man, because the video I did a lesson going into the destruction before, and the scientists said that the temperatures can reach 15 million degrees plus. The dude, the professor in the video said 100 million. Man.
Like a fire.
Come on, man. Literally cooked. Right? You got anything out you? Spirit? Yeah, whatever you want. It was just in the spirit, There's so much going on, man. Trump losing his mind. All right, the American takeover, Rome 2.0. All right, the dragon is on the loose. All right, the sword is being raised up. Right, it's getting ready to come down. So these are extremely heavy times, man. You got something? Yeah, whatever you got.
So Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Right, so this is the elect making this complaint out here, man. Right, sighing and crying for the abominations that we've done. Right, but we have to continue in that watch. Right, continue go upon this tower and give the warning to the people of what we see coming in the distance. Right?
That's right, bro.
It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth. Yeah. Right? So plain going into easily understandable, man. Right? Crystal clear. Right? There's no gray area in this truth, man. Mm-hmm. Right? There's nothing to be debated. There's nothing to be have any talking points against. Right? That's why it's the truth. It's the 100%, man.
Read that verse again.
Right, it says Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet, it's like 2:2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth.
Yeah, how is the vision being made plain upon tables? Jeremiah 3 and 15, right? Pastors.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
Yeah, see? The Lord set up the true pastors, the true prophets, according to his heart, his mind. Right? Keep going.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So that's how the vision is being made plain upon tables, man. All right, because the Lord, he raised up the true prophets to break it down, to dive into the not only the milk, but also the heavy meat. All right, the deep mysteries, man. All right, which people stumble at, man. This is why you got bug outs still popping up on Instagram and TikTok talking about the Israelites don't know what they're talking about, man. Breaking down the chip, all wrong, right? Bringing that bullshit supersessionism, replacement theology doctrine, how the church is now true spiritual Israel and all that bullshit, plantation, all that shit played out now, man. Yeah, universalism. Everybody trying to ride the coattail of the Israelites, man. Because Christianity is played the fuck out, man. The church is dead, man. All right? You got it.
Going back.
Trying to ride the wave, man. Can't ride the wave. You know?
So Habakkuk chapter 2.
Hey, Tucker Carlson, right? Hey, I did the video, they was talking about the elect. When Esau started talking about the elect, man. I ain't never heard no anybody talk about the elect. You know?
Taking notes.
Yeah, taking notes, man. Watching the videos faithfully, man. Probably got them downloaded. Go ahead, brother.
So Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Man, it's speaking. You know what I'm saying? The vision, the prophecies are speaking so heavily. It's like, if you can't see it, if you don't believe, then hey, that's the Lord just got you reserved for destruction at this point. You know, it's painfully obvious at this point, man. Right? If you kicking it against the pricks, you just a demon. You know, reserved for wrath. You got it, bro.
It said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right? So it may feel like things are taking a while to take place, man, but the Lord is always working behind the scenes, man.
Shit.
Right? And it's gonna happen faster than we believe, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Once the ball gets truly rolling, there's nothing that's gonna stop it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's what we're just waiting for that ultimate ball to drop, man.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for the FF to go down in America somewhere. You know, something major. Got it? Oh, you got some more in there? Yep.
So Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, the soul which is not lifted up, or which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right? So what we're seeing right now is that separation between those who follow the Lord and those who don't, man. Right? And then those who don't follow include what Esau Edom is doing out here, man. Right? The man who portrays himself in a righteous manner. Right? You know, Trump had, speaking on, I want world peace, but then the next day he's bombing, what was it, Nigeria? Bombing Nigeria, he's invading Venezuela, he's planning on taking Greenland, right? But he said his resolution for the year was peace on earth,
Yeah. Oh, I got you on that. And that's the primary characteristic of the Edomites, right here. Psalms 55. Bear with me. Psalms 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? He was talking peace. He was talking about how he wasn't going to implement a digital system, CBDCs, and look what he's doing now, right? It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You got it, bro.
Right. War is in his heart, right? This man was given the sword to do what? Take peace from the earth, man, right? To put everybody into subjection. Right, and that's what you see taking place right now. You even see when he's up in Davos, he's pretty much in all these nations' face saying, look, I'm gonna do what I want to do, man.
Yep.
Right? I'm gonna take it either by force, or it's just gonna be given to me, or I'll pay for it, or whatever,
Yeah.
But he's telling them what his ultimate plans are, man.
Yep.
He's telling them there's nothing is gonna get in the way of me acquiring, my ultimate wishes, man.
Yeah, it's all about war. He can't be trusted. A prime example, there's this documentary, show, whatever you want to call it. It's called Surveillance. Came out in 2024. It's on HBO if you want to check it out. But it's this Edomite, and pretty much he did a documentary showing you, what's the shit called? You got Palantir, you got, what's the other one? Gideon. Yeah, Gideon. And there was one more, but I think this one was dealing with Gideon. And pretty much, the Tiny Tops have a whole global surveillance, and they're watching journalists. They're watching political dissidents, if that's what it's called. They're watching anybody that's pretty much adverse to their agenda, right? And he was interviewing the people, and they were saying that the technology has not always been used for peaceful purposes. It's being used to pretty much snuff niggas out. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what the documentary is going into. They got a whole AI system that's tapped into cell phones, to iPads, to computers, all right? It could, he was breaking this shit down. It monitors everything on the apps that you use. It has all your contacts. It has all your text messages, has all your social media app, all that shit. So whatever you do on these iPhones is being looked at by the tiny tops on every avenue, man. Right? So they know who's who. Right? So this man is all about what? War, man. You got it, bro.
And that's why if you watch, what's his name? You all know Harari, his little sit down at the WEF last couple of days.
Yep.
He was talking about how AI is a tool, and ultimately that tool can be used to murder, man.
Yeah.
Right. It can decide whether or not it's gonna. He used it as a knife, but he said it can be used to cut vegetables, or it can be used to murder somebody. Man. Right. I'm like, who the fuck thinks like that?
Yeah,
man?
right.
That's these devils, man. Right. But they're using this AI, like you said, Palantir. They're using it to hunt people down and kill them. Right. They're going to be using Gideon to scoop people up, just like in Minority Report.
Yep.
Right? They're using all these things, and again, going back to the title of their meeting, the spirit of dialogue, they're communing with these spirits, man. That's who they're dialoguing with. Yep. It's not about them talking amongst each other. It's about them letting the world know that this AI is being pushed out as a deity, man. Right? That they're speaking to in order to forward their devices, man.
Yeah, like the other brother, Pashai, I saw a title to his video. There was something around the lines about how the image of the beast is speaking through AI. Right? The AI is the ruling entity of this world now, man. Right? This is why they said it surpassed so-called human consciousness, man. Right? It's beyond human comprehension now. It's on a godlike level, and that's what's going to rule the land. You know.
So Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth my wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Oh yeah.
Right? They can't be satiated, man. Even let's say the Dutch did give Trump Greenland just, in good faith, man. What would keep them from continuing on in that exploit, man? Right? What would keep them to say, all right, I need Great Britain now.
Right, exactly.
I need France now. Right? I'm taking Spain. I'm gonna start working down in South America now. I think about it. Right? They can't be satiated, man. This man is the man of death. And if there's no death to be had, he's gonna go find it, man.
So, Proverbs, right? Let me get that. That's the spirit. Proverbs chapter 4 tells you that. Right? Proverbs 4:16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Verse 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Man, that's the only way they can fill their bellies, man. It's to bring death and destruction, wickedness in the earth, man. Right? That's the only way they're at peace. Is that if they've done something terrible to somebody,
Right.
You know?
Nigga be having withdrawals and shit. I ain't killed nobody, man. The fuck, yo?
Right,
sweating and shit.
That taste of blood.
right.
Sharp. It says Habakkuk 2 and 5 in the latter. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
And he's trying to do that on a digital level, right? He's trying to gather it, like it tells you Isaiah 10, how how's it go? He heapeth, not heapeth, but matter of fact, hold Isaiah 10. We'll make that point too. How he gathered all the eggs. I'm roughly paraphrasing. We'll get it though, right? But that's how he's trying to do. He's trying to gather everybody into this digital enslavement, right? Where you're going to be ruled over by that chip, AI and the chip, you know?
So Isaiah 10 and
it goes into the pride of the Assyrian, right?
I'll start with that.
Yeah. How he took the nations valiantly and all of that.
Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto him that decree unrighteous decrees,
Yep.
and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn the needy from judgment, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
That's what it's all about, man. And they're literally about to do that. Take away the right of from the poor of my people, man. You ain't gonna have no rights. You ain't gonna have no so-called freedom of speech. You're not gonna own shit. You see what I'm saying? The UBI, the Universal Basic Income, right? Go ahead.
That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Yep.
And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help, And where will you leave your glory? Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
Yeah, you still have time to repent, to come under the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shah before it's too late. You know, you got it, bro.
Verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
Yeah, which is Esau today. All right, the modern day Assyrian. Go ahead.
I will send him against an hypocritical nation,
Yep.
and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge.
Yeah, the hypocritical nation is your tribes, right? But you can apply it to America too, because the Assyrian, not only is he coming down upon the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Hispanic, he coming down upon his own people, man. All right, the so-called American people about to get this work, man. You know?
So ICE is going to be, that staff, man.
Oh yeah.
And ICE is gonna continue to increase in numbers, man.
Oh yeah.
The whole military damn near is going to be ICE at this point, man.
Oh yeah.
You know? It says, verse 7, howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in the heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few.
Yeah, that's it, man. that's what he does. Go ahead. Yep. Jump down to this read 12 through 15.
Jeremiah 10 and 12. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria.
Yep.
And the glory of his high looks.
And the glory of his high looks, man. And America is the most proud, right? You see what's going on now. America and NATO are about to split up, man. They're divided. NATO don't fuck with America, man. Which is further going to push the prophecy of how the beast is going to hate the whore. You know, so all these things are coming into fruition now. All right, Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Right, the clay, the iron mixed with the miry clay. You know.
Verse 13. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom.
Yeah, and that's the pride of Esau, that he's doing it off his own strength. It's really the Lord using him. Go ahead.
For I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people.
Yep.
I have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man.
Yeah. I have robbed their treasures and put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. Right? Going into his ego, his pride, man. And what is he doing? Taking resources and minerals, oil, all that. Anything that's of value, they're going to take it. Go ahead.
In my hand.
Because a lot of those so-called earth minerals and all of that, they're using it to power the AI and the machinery and the technology. You know?
They need all that for these data centers.
Yep.
Because they're already, if you're looking at the way that they're building these data centers out, it's destroying the whole ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
Right? That water that they're using to cool down these different things is undrinkable now. Nothing can live in it. So they're destroying the whole earth for the sake of continuing this AI, man.
Yeah. That's why the scripture say, where's the wisdom in teaming and all of that, man? Where's the wisdom behind? Here it is, they got these technological wonders, right? But this shit is fucking up the planet. So where's the wisdom behind that, man?
Isaiah 10 and 14. And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people.
Yep.
And as one gathereth eggs that are left, I have gathered all the earth.
Yep. And I have gathered all the earth. And he's trying to achieve that vision. He's in that same spirit now. He's going to gather all the earth through fucking Palantir, Gideon, the AI, the chip, where you're going to be forever monitored and tracked and surveilled. Right? Your whole life is going to be under a microscope, man. And based on what they deem is right and wrong, it's going to be based on how you're going to be able to move through society. What was the episode in Black Mirror? Right? The white girl that she had a certain amount of was it like points or something, and every time she did some shit that was off, they took the points, man, to the point where she got cast out of society. You know, because she was trying to move into that dream neighborhood or some shit, right? From what I remember watching it. But you had to have a certain number of like you had to be on a level of points or whatever to get in or whatever. You know, so that's how it's supposed to be. You know, go ahead.
It says, "And my hand have found as a nest the riches of the people,
Yep.
and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I
Yep.
have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, nor opened the mouth or peeped."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this whole AI network is, man.
Right.
Right. It's a song. He got the whole world in his hands.
Right.
Right. That's what Esau is trying to accomplish: is to have every section of the earth, no stone unturned, nothing that can be hidden from his sight, man.
Right.
Because ultimately he wants to put himself in the seat of the Most High.
Right.
You know.
That's it.
It
That God complex, man.
Like I said, no one moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped, man. Because nobody's trying to stand against this devil, man. Right? All these nations having their little bickerings back and forth still isn't keeping the ultimate thing from being established. Right?
That's it.
Right? They're all just jockeying for position
Yep.
in the new world system.
That's it.
It says, verse 15, "Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood."
Mm-hmm. So it's the Most High that's controlling this man. It's the Most High that's yielding the sword, right? So all this stuff is being done because the Most High, as he said, Isaiah, get that real quick, Isaiah 45:7.
This is the episode of Black Mirror is called Nosedive.
Nosedive, yeah. You brothers and sisters out there, what season is it? The first season, right? Yeah, but it's the Black Mirror episode called Nosedive, right? With the white girl, man. Heavy episode, and that's the world that we getting ready to come into, man. You know, the water priests. That's what's up. Isaiah 45:7.
So season 3, episode 1.
Season three, episode 1, which is called Nosedive. Go check out that video. All right, from Black Mirror. Heavy clip.
So Isaiah 45 verse 7. "I form the light and create darkness.
Yep.
I make peace and create evil.
That's right.
I, the Lord, do all these things."
I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord is in control of both the left-hand side and the right-hand side, man. Right? Give me Proverbs 16:2. Let's add into that too. Right?
Proverbs 16 and verse 2. "All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes."
Salaki. Proverbs, not Proverbs 16:2. The day of the Lord, the wicked. Is it Proverbs 16:4? Let me see. Bear with me.
Okay, got it.
There's 4? Yeah, I knew it was closer.
Proverbs 16 and 4. "The Lord hath made all things for himself.
Right?
Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil."
Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil, man. So the Most High is in control of everything, the whole spectrum. All right? Even the wicked for the day of evil. Right? Because that chip, all right, is the Most High's chip. Right? And that's going to sift out, you know, the two-thirds, the unbelievers. You know? That's what that's for. You know? So the Most High is in control of everything, man. Esau not doing nothing off his own power, his own strength. Right? And that's the trip bag that he's in. You know? Yeah, whatever you got out. Heavy stuff, man. Man.
It's Psalm 33, and I'll start verse 4.
Yep.
"For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth." Right? So all the works that you see taking place in the earth is ultimately to fulfill the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Right? It says, "He loveth righteousness and judgment."
That's right.
The earth is full of the goodness of the Lord. Right? So the earth is full of the goodness of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. The mercy, right? The judgment. right? That's all good things, man. Because we have to see the wickedness be judged. Right? If the wickedness isn't being judged, then that means Yahweh Shai is being an unbalanced power, man. Right? He's allowing the wicked to go unpunished, man. Right? But their ultimate punishment is soon coming, man.
They're not going to escape. They're not going to escape the judgment of the Lord. You know, we're on the verge of this empire collapsing and ultimately being destroyed, being wiped out. Right? And these are the things that matter most. Right? Give me unless you have some. Give Romans 13:9. You know, salvation, everything we believe. You know, I watched a little bit of the what was it called? I forgot the title of it, but it was the latest so-called UFO documentary they put out, like the latest one, where they had like all the government officials that had the declassified evidence of the existence of UFOs and UAPs. But I had watched a little bit of it last night. It was all right. I watched like about a quarter to a half of it. They kept showing the same shit, you know what I'm saying? You know the video where it's like black, and then you got the chariot in the middle, and then there's the jet that's following it, like, oh, you know, what's that? They kept showing that shit. And then they had people giving the testimony and all that, you know, stuff that we've seen before. I thought we was gonna get new footage, you know? But we're in the time of the government, really these governments around the world acknowledging the presence of the Lord, you know?
They can't show those things because they're probably too high fidelity.
Yeah, right.
Right, it's too much. It's too much for the people to handle.
Exactly.
You know, what's the 3-eye atlas? And
yeah.
We ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, what happened to that? You know.
So Romans 13 verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now it's high time to wake out of sleep, Jake. Stop playing, man. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Now our salvation is nearer than we believe. All right? Hey, shit. Myself, reading this scripture 10, 12 years ago. And then now, how much more of that scripture hitting now? Right? Literally, our salvation is nearer than we believe. Right? Any day now. And that's when the spirit that's being pushed. You know? Being constantly prepared every day. Right? Get that Sirach 36 real quick. Read from the top. Read down to like verse 5 or 6. Excuse me. You know? Because the presence of the Lord, the power of the Lord is going to be acknowledged. It's going to be, you know, you can't not talk about it. Things are about to happen. Oh, you get some more? You got it, brother.
So, Romans 13:12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
That's right.
Right? So the night is far spent, the day is at hand. We're in the last days, man. Right? The last days of the last days, as elders and brothers say, man.
That's right.
Right? So it's right now. It's all happening before our very eyes, man.
Right.
So you have to prepare your spirit for the times that we're about to walk into, man.
That's right.
Right? The problem with these other groups is that they're continuing to give you the spirit of continuation in Babylon the Great instead of preparing yourself for the eventual downfall, man. The inevitability of Yahweh Shai is coming, right? Which is the judgment of this wicked society, man. Sure. You know, they'd rather they want society to continue on as it is, and they just be Israelites, man. Yeah. Right? They're not looking forward to a kingdom at hand, man.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get in that bag. You know, when you get the bag, you want to spend the bag. You know, niggas is looking for time to spend that money, to relish in it, man. They ain't trying to look for, they're not trying to, you know, to see the end of this place. You know, it's like, shit, I just got some money.
I just started getting it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Sirach 36 and verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee.
That's right.
Lift up thy hand against the strange nations.
Yeah, like you said, this is really why Esau and these elites are having these meetings in secrecy, man. Right? Because they know that the Lord is here. They know that the prophets are standing back up upon their feet, declaring the end of his kingdom. All right? Breaking down the prophecies correctly, man. Right? This is what they're really talking about behind the scenes. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, but we're not gonna see that, right?
Oh yeah.
There ain't no telling what they're doing when the cameras cut off.
Oh man.
All type of sacrifices, man. All type of they had the little the witch bitch at the one blowing the dust in the niggas' faces.
Yeah.
They got man, ain't no telling, man. But it's all going back to the scripture, speaking on, I think it was Elisha, where those high priests were cutting themselves and doing all type of shit because their powers weren't working no more. Right?
Exactly.
That's where we're in the time right now. Is Esau and all these left-hand priests are losing that power, man. Right, so they're trying to do things by any means necessary at this point. Right? So,
got child escorts and shit. 'Cause remember at the last meeting they had, they said they had like little kid escorts and shit for the the politicians that was there, man. Getting off on kids and shit.
And those when they have those different meetings, that's where all the escorts, they flock in for that from across the earth, man.
Yep.
Right, so they shut down all the hotels, they shut down all these things in order to have that big business, so-called.
Yeah. Yep.
And what was it? At the beginning of the year, that fire that took place. So I think that was in the same vicinity, man,
Yep.
where all those people died.
Yep.
So that was probably a sacrifice too.
Yep.
So
Wicked, man.
Surah 36 and verse 3. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations.
Yeah, lift up thy hand against the strange nations. Go ahead.
And let them see thy power.
And let them see thy power. These nations are going to see the power of the Lord, man. They're seeing it now. Right? And how do we know that? Because the evidence was so overwhelming, they had to start declassifying videos and information concerning the chariots, man. So imagine the stuff that they didn't declassify. Imagine the videos that they watching currently, man. So these nations are seeing the power of the Lord, man. That's why the stories that came out with America and Russia around their nuclear facilities, they said chariots would pop up and turn them off, turn them on and turn them off. They would shut the systems down and turn them back on, right? So the person that was that was speaking in the video was like, he was saying that these beings were showing us that they were really in power, they were really in charge. You see what I'm saying? The Lord was just toying with them, man. Remember when they shot that missile and that chariot dismantled the missile in the sky, and they caught it all on camera. They took that missile apart piece by piece in the air, man. So these nations are definitely seeing the power of the Lord, man.
So the devils do believe and tremble.
There you go.
Right? So Surah 36 and verse 5. And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O Most High.
Hey, my man, good old Tucker Carlson, all right, he brought it out. He said that the chariots of Yahweh Shemel Shah killed multiple U.S. pilots, Russian pilots, Chinese pilots, right? He was like, how come this is not in the news? You see, they can't let that information get out. But we know these things, man. We've been privileged to have access to these things, Faith boosters.
Surah 36 and 6. Show new signs and make other strange wonders.
Hey, show new signs. Make other strange wonders, man. Hey, these things are happening all over the earth, man. Signs, strange wonders. Signs in the heavens and the earth beneath. Right? Go ahead.
Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works.
That's right.
That's Yahweh Shai, man. Right? The right hand of the Heavenly Father. Man.
That's right.
The scriptures say judgment is given unto the Son. Right? So he's going to be glorified through the destruction of this place as well, man.
That's right.
It says, raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
It destroyed the enemy. And the main enemy being Esau, Edom. Okay? You got that.
It says, sake or make the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works.
Make the time short. All right, we brought that out about a couple of months ago, how even the earth is now spinning even faster. And it makes sense, because hey, these days are moving fast as hell, bro. You wake up in the morning, next thing you know, you turn your head, it's fucking 2, 3 o'clock. Turn your head again, it's 8. It's dark outside, bro. It's like, damn.
It's almost February.
Come on, man. Right. We was just in October, September, not too long ago, man. You know? Time is flying, man. We got it. Read some more. I'll tell you what's that.
Sirach 36 and verse 7. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
Yeah, take away the adversary, destroy the enemy. Go ahead.
Make the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works.
Yeah, remember the covenant, man. The covenants. Who were the covenants established with? The Israelites, man. And no other nation. Remember the covenant that you established with your people. Right? Keep going.
Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire.
Hey, 100 million, man. You can't touch 100 million degrees, man.
And let them perish that oppress the people.
Hey, Juvenile, what do you have? 400 degrees, 500 degrees? The Most High got 100 million degrees. Right? You're not topping that.
Like you said, there's no escape. Man.
Yep.
The only people who are going to be reserved are the elect, and then the wicked elite elects.
Yep.
Right? Everybody else is getting vaporized.
Oh,
out
yeah.
here, man.
You out of there.
It says,
Turn that nigga to dust.
Thanos snapped
That's
the
it.
dust.
Come on, man.
So right.
Niggas stuck in their pose and staying in the waist. That's how it's going to be, though. God damn.
So Sirach 36 and verse 9. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire.
Yep.
And let them perish that oppress the people.
And let them perish that oppress the people, man. All right? Esau and these nations are going to get destroyed. They're going to perish. And that's the end of the reign of the heathen. Right?
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together. What's like? Verse 10. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen.
Smite asunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen. Psalms 110, right? Yahweh Shah said he was coming to take down the heads of the countries, man. To fill the places with the dead bodies. Go ahead.
Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say, there is none other but we.
That's it.
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning.
That's from the beginning, man. Right? The elect. The first fruits. So those first fruits, as I always say, those first fruits would have to be on the earth now, prophesying, man. All right? In the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, with the 100% truth. It just makes sense. Right? So the prophets of the Lord are back. Any more?
I was gonna add,
Yep.
like it said, gather all the tribes of Jacob, man. Nobody else. Right?
Yep.
It said, gather all the tribes together and inherit thou them. Right? So the Lord is our inheritance, man.
That's right.
Right? You don't give your inheritance to nobody else, man. You think Esau out here inheriting all these buildings and all these different businesses, and they looking to hand it off to niggas, man? Right? We about to inherit immortality, and Jake gonna give it to Esau, man. Right? But like I said, it's only going to the children of Jacob, man.
Yep.
It says as from the beginning. So as it started, so it's going to be finished, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We're going right back to our righteous steed, man.
Yep.
Right? As things were supposed to be until we disobeyed the Lord.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Right? The nations weren't a part of that, and they'll never be a part of that.
At all.
You know? It says, "O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name,
Yep.
and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn."
Firstborn, man. You know?
It says, "Oh, be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest."
Yeah, the place of thy rest, man. The Most High dwelleth nowhere but in Jerusalem. And I'm roughly paraphrasing that, man. Right? This is whom the Most High dwells with, man. Matter of fact, give me Joel 2:27. Just to make that point. You know?
Book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27.
Yep.
"And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
That I am in the midst of Israel. Go ahead.
and that I am the Lord your power, and none else."
And I am the Lord, your power, and none else.
That I'm and your Lord, the Lord your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed.
And my people should never be ashamed. Right? The true power is our power, man, and no other nation. You see, and that's what the world is finding out. Okay, the Most High, go to Jeremiah 33 too. Because it's a quote in there that says how they say that the Most High has done away with the families, the two families that he chosen. Jeremiah 33 and go to like verse 12, somewhere in there. Let me see. I ain't brought that scripture out in a minute. Let me go there real quick. Jeremiah 33. Man, you can start at 14 and read down to 26. Yep, the end of the chapter. So yeah, 15 to 26.
Jeremiah 33 and verse 14. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will perform that good thing which I have promised unto the house of Israel and to the house of Judah.
That's right. Go ahead.
In those days and at that time will I cause the branch of righteousness to grow up unto David, and he shall execute judgment and righteousness in the land.
Yeah, that branch is Yahushua. He's the branch. Go ahead.
In those days shall Judah be saved,
Yep.
and Jerusalem shall dwell safely.
In those days, Judah shall be saved, and Jerusalem shall dwell safely. Where's the rest of the nations? Go ahead.
In those days shall Judah be saved, and Jerusalem shall dwell safely. And this is the name wherewith she shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
Yeah, which in the Hebrew is Yahweh Tazadak Noah. All right, the Lord our righteousness. Go ahead.
For thus saith the Lord, David shall never want a man to sit upon the throne of the house of Israel.
Yeah, so David's throne would never perish. His throne is forever. Right? And he's going to be back on the throne under Yahushua in the kingdom. Right?
So neither shall the priests, the Levites, want a man before me to offer burnt offerings and to kindle meat offerings and to do sacrifice continually. And the word of the Lord came unto me, and the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah, saying, Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there should not be day and night in their season, then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests my ministers. not.
Right. So the Lord said, if you can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and there should not be day and night in the season. And what did Kill Gates try to do? He tried to block out the sun. Right. That plan is still in motion now.
Every time it's a eclipse, they shoot missiles up there at the moon.
Yeah, trying to nuke the moon. Right?
But that's how we know this is all speaking of Yahweh Shai, because he's the seed of David, right? And he's that priest, man, that high priest, right? Going to the order of Melchizedek, right? So him accomplishing that seed of David staying on the throne in eternity, and the priesthood continuing through him, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's a great point.
It says, as the host of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured, so will I multiply the seed of David my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me.
Keep going.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah, saying, Considerest thou not what this people have spoken, saying, the two families which the Lord had chosen, he hath even cast them off.
Right, so that's what the people of the world say. The two families whom the Lord has chosen, which is the northern and southern kingdom, Judah and Jerusalem, has not the Lord cast them off? Right? That's where that whole idea, that Christian idea of supersessionism comes from. Replacement theology. Well, the nation of Israel, they voided the covenant with the Most High. Now the Christian church is now a spiritual Israel. Right? Which is madness. The Lord's still dealing with his people, man. That never changed. Right? Keep on.
Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them.
Yeah. They despise my people. They hate the Lord's people. All right, to the point where it said that they should be no more a nation before them, man. You see that? So that all of that shit ties around getting rid of Israel, man. right? You had the nations come together in crafty council, Psalm 83, Psalm chapter 2, right? And today they push the Christian theology of supersessionism and replacement theology that Israel's done away with. Now everybody has access to the promises and the covenants, right? Which is all bullshit. You know? Keep reading.
Thus saith the Lord, if my covenant be not with day and night, and if I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth,
Yep.
then will I cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for I will cause their captivity to return and have mercy on them.
There you go. So like the Lord said, if you could do away with these ordinances, he was going to do away with the covenant that he established with his people. It's not going to happen. That's why Esau is all in the ocean, trying to explore the ocean floor. He's attempted to try to go in space, right? But he's been blocked because there's a barrier up there, man. Right? He can't pass the waters, right? Every time he goes up, and that shit comes right back down, man. Right? The Lord got to set up where you can't leave the earth, man. You know, he tries to do all of that, block out the sun, right? To ultimately what? To do away with the covenant that the Lord has established with his people, man. He can't do away with it. So it's all in vain. Oh, you got it, brother.
I was just gonna say that's why it says there are bounds that he cannot pass.
Oh yeah.
Right? The Lord has things set up that this devil isn't gonna have access to or the ability to do, because he knows the nature of Esau, man. If it was possible, he would have got rid of us.
Yep, exactly. So he's reached his boundaries, man. No, this is it. Hey, I see people using that word peak. This is peak, right? Well, he's at his peak right now. He's not gonna go no higher than where he's at right now, man. So the only direction left is to go down. You know?
Climax.
That's it.
It's the climax of Esau's story right here.
Oh yeah. That's it, man. So he going out with a bang, literally. You know? Heavy, man. What you got? You got anything else you want to throw in there? You know? Just the spirit, you know, just let the spirit move how it moves, man. You know? Yeah, whatever you got.
So Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Right? So just going back to that point, right? That Esau is heaping everything in existence unto himself.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It says, shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Yeah, that's the nations, man. Them nations are gonna arise and take Esau as a spoil. You know?
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
The Esau, through America, through his hegemony, this Western hegemony, America, NATO, and the EU, they've been like the bullies of the earth, man. Right? So now what are the nations doing? They meeting behind the scenes. They're discussing plans like, this is how we're gonna get this bitch. You know, we're gonna do this, do that. You know, we're gonna set a trap here, you know? We're gonna do these deals with each other, X them out, you know? So everything is about to backfire on Babylon, man. Go ahead.
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
See that? All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Isaiah 33:1. Right? Now the nations are going to deal treacherously with you, because you dealt treacherously with them. Go ahead.
Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Exactly. So what's going to happen, even though Amalek has amassed all this wealth and they control all the resources and things like that, it's not going to save them from the wrath of the Lord. You know, no matter how much surveillance technology they got, and the AI, Palantir, is not going to save them from the wrath of the Lord. You know?
So as the scriptures say, they have not considered their latter end.
Yep.
Right? They setting up all these eyes around the earth, but they still can't see that the Lord is setting them up for the okie doke.
Oh, yeah.
You know? It said, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people.
Yeah. See, Esau has consulted shame amongst his nation for all the death and crime that they've committed throughout the earth, man. Especially them damn tiny tots, man. They consulted great shame, man. As you seeing right now, man. The trafficking of kids, the rituals, the PDF file shit, okay? Everything. The bombing of innocent people, countries, nations, right? Pillaging lands, taking resources, right? He's consulted great shame upon himself, man. Go ahead. He's a bloody man. Go ahead.
So thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people.
See?
And has sinned against thy soul.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And NLT says, you forfeited your lives, man. Right? You had your time, man.
That's it.
Right? So once your purpose is completed in the earth, then you gotta go, man.
Yes,
right? Esau gotta get up out of here because there's no more reason for him to be here. Man.
Exactly.
Right? If a single Edomite was left, that spirit of rebellion would continue on in the earth.
That's it.
You know?
That's why Saul was supposed to get rid of what's his name? Agag. You know?
It's Habakkuk 2:11. For the stone shall cry out of the wall.
Hey, what if Saul got rid of Agag? You know, how would it have been moving forward, you know? It's crazy, right?
But that shows you the importance of obedience. Right?
That's it.
Right? We have a nation of people who live in a cycle of disobedience, habitually disobedient, right? And we see the results, man. Right? We're watching the results of Saul's disobedience, of our people's disobedience as a whole, man.
That's it.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the Lord is coming to correct all this, man. It says, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it.
Yeah, that's like a metaphor of the people, man. Of the world crying out against the crimes against humanity in which Esau has committed. Esau and his nation of people have committed against the inhabitants of the world. So everybody's crying out, complaining. All right, people are ready for vengeance. People are ready for war. You know, great hatred is in the air. You see? All because of this man. That's why Revelation 6:4 tells you that he would take peace from the earth, man. Now everybody want to kill each other, you know? You got it.
Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood,
Right.
and establisheth the city by iniquity.
Yeah, how did he gain America? Through the blood, the rape, robbery, and murder of the tribes, man. He came over here with the sword and put it down since. You know?
It says, behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity?
It's all vanity, man, because, you know, we got to work, we got to sustain ourselves in society for the time being, but those that really, you know, put their hope and trust in this place and think that this shit is going to go on, it's all vanity, man. And you're really laboring for the fire, man, to be destroyed. You know? That's why we tell Jake to not put your hope and trust in this place. Yeah, we got to get our daily bread, man. Yeah, we got to work to live and shit like that. Pay bills. You know, give Caesar what's due unto him. Pay taxes and shit. But this shit is almost over, man. You know, we ain't thinking about, oh yeah, the next 10 years, next 15 years, and shit in this place, man. You know, raising grandkids, you know, shit like, you know.
Building a legacy.
Big in the, yeah. You know, you got all these niggas talking about building a legacy and having financial literacy and shit like that, and opening businesses, and you know what I'm saying, getting into real estate and all of that, man. The Most High about to melt all this shit, man. You know? Got any more?
So Habakkuk 2:14.
Yep.
For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him,
Yep.
and maketh him drunken also.
Yeah, that's what Esau did to the world. You know, that bottle going into the the philosophies making the nations drunk, right? Through Western democracy, right? Which is basically poisoned the world, you know?
Because you gotta think, going back to that analogy, people with high alcohol tolerances can take more, right? Esau has a high tolerance for wickedness, man.
Right.
It's in his blood,
Right.
So he can just keep doing it without repercussions, man. Right? Until the Lord comes ultimately. But the rest of the nations, you work your way down, right? These nations partake in the wickedness of Esau, Edom, and you see how their societies become more decrepit. Man.
Every time.
You see how everything starts to fall apart as a
Exactly.
part of them taking part in that battle, man.
Yeah.
Because they can't take it in. And then how much more Israelites, man?
Yeah.
Right? You see what we looking like out here, man.
Yeah.
Right? Jake took one shot and it's blacked out, man. You know? We can't exist we can't coexist with Esau, man. You know?
It's the Baruchian. That's Esau though, man.
It says,
And that's true though, cause like prime example, like anytime there's like a what you call them shits, like a Christian missionary, right? Every time they go into Africa, you find out kids was getting murdered, they was getting sexually abused, children going missing. Every time Esau take his ass to somewhere to try to do some type of what's it called, humanitarian type of shit, there's always some corrupt shit going on, man. Every single time. Africa, Haiti, right? Anywhere he goes with the so-called black and brown people, there's gonna be some type of scandal, some shit go down, man. You know? He pushing LGBT, XYZ shit, you know? He giving the people some type of vaccine,
that's what
right?
Bill Gates be doing that shit. Every time this nigga get on a plane to go somewhere, he about to go stab somebody else or something, man. Like he running experiments on all them niggas down there in Africa.
Right.
Right? Like you said, every time what's an Amalek? They get chased out of every state, every country they was in until they establish that nation of that welfare state, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Everywhere he goes is hell and death.
It says, Habakkuk 2:15, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also,
Making him drunken also.
that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yeah. So through the philosophies of this devil, he got the whole world exposed, man. They basically lost their way. You know, fucking around with Esau, man. You know,
I told you not to do
that's it, man. Like you said, you drink that drink, you black out. Next thing you know, you waking up, you ain't got no fucking clothes with a needle in your arm.
next to Esau, man. Did he?
God damn. But hey, they said that I forgot who it was, but somebody said it was. I don't know if it was somebody from Congress, but they were saying that don't go to no White House parties and shit like that because they'll fucking put some shit in your drink. They'll fucking blackmail you and shit. Hey, look what the whole Epstein thing is, man. That whole Epstein shit. Hey, you actually watch some of that shit. You find out that this nigga got dirt on everybody, bro. He got dirt. He got somebody. He got all these people in powerful positions. He got something compromising on him, man. Like this shit is crazy, man. You know, celebrities, politicians, whatever. You know, go ahead, bro.
Habakkuk 2:16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and a shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Oh man. Look at America now, bro. Shameful spewing, man. It's terrible right now. All these documentaries, all these damn scandals and shit, the corruption is going out. Like this shit is wild out here, man. And what's up with you? What's up with you white folks, man? You Edomites, man. What's up with you in the connection with kids, bro? Like how many stories that come out? These niggas finding PDFI rings and 50 motherfuckers is involved and all of this shit, man. Like all this stuff with these kids going missing and like what's up with Esau and these fucking kids, man? But you know it all goes back to those dark rituals, though. You know what I'm saying? They need those kids for those certain satanic practices and shit like that, man. You know? So these people are really the wicked, as the Bible says, man. You know anymore?
For the violence.
Because Esau is never going to get away from that, man. You know? That's why they try to paint Jake as the face of terror, but really it's him. He's trying to take the heat off his ass, man.
You know? Got the people under this delusion that every time it's a brown face, it immediately go back to Jake, man.
Right.
They got all this shit happening with them. What was it? Where they had the FBI scams and all the insurance fraud.
Yeah, all that shit. The PPP loans.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
But Esau, the ultimate fraudster, man. He the ultimate scammer. He did everything that niggas do. He do it to the 110th degree, man.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, hey, don't read over that contract if you want to.
Yeah, soul jokes still great.
Exactly, man.
So Habakkuk 2:17. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the
Hey, not to rant though, but like that's why we make jokes about it. But like every time your phone gets an update or your computer gets an update, it's a fucking long ass transcript. Do you agree or disagree? Right? Niggas not reading all that. I'm just going to agree so I can get the fucking upgrade and use my shit. Hey, in them damn fine print, there's no telling what the fuck you agreed to, man. This is why them niggas got all your information. Do you agree that we can tap into your shit and watch you through your fucking computer and phone? There's no telling what we agreed to, man. But this is the devil. You know?
He broke all his contracts, you breaking your contract.
Come on, man.
This Habakkuk 2:17. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
That's right.
I'll read this thing on TV.
Yep.
It says, you cut down the forest of Lebanon, now you will be cut down.
Yep.
You destroyed the wild animals, so now their terror will be yours. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence.
Man.
Right? So everything, he's going to have to drink of that cup double, man.
That's right.
The scriptures say, man.
That's right.
Right? All the death that he caused is coming unto him.
Yep.
Right? All the violence that he's perpetrated is coming unto him. Right? We're not going to be doing all the wicked, shit that they've been doing.
Yeah.
Right? But it's going to be, terrible times upon these Edomites, man, for all the death and bloodshed that they've caused in the earth, man. Right? Not only to us, but to the whole earth as a whole, man. Right? All the extinct animals, right? All the poison in the water and the air, man.
Yeah.
Right? Feeding the world, GMO foods and highly processed everything, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. How the fuck did how did chemtrails even come about? Who thought that up? Right? How the hell did fluoride get in the water supply, arsenic, and all this shit that can kill you and give you cancer? How did that even get in the water supply, man? Whose idea was to make GMO foods, man? Lab created meat. We got something called impossible. What's it called? Impossible meat or some shit like that. Which is nothing about it is beneficial to the body. It's all some shit that was created in the lab. So this man, when it comes to his so-called wisdom, it's not wisdom, bro. It's wickedness. Right? How does the planet benefit from DuPont? Right? We did lessons on that, man. The motherfuckers that created the Teflon and the plastic and shit. Right? And that shit is killing people, man. Teflon in your car, you breathing this shit, all that's the chemicals, microplastics and shit. Like, come on, man. Like, this nigga's just deviant, man.
So Habakkuk 2:18. What profited the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies.
The vaccines, Salakia, right? Stanley Plotkin. Go watch that video. It's on YouTube. It's an 9-hour grilling session. The father of the vaccine, man. They grilling his ass. He's like, yep, this is in there, that's in there, all types of shit up in there, man. And you wondering why niggas is dropping dead left and right. All types of plaque and white, what's them shits called? The white clots and niggas veins and hearts. Come on, man. It's crazy.
And imagine what we don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Habakkuk 2:18. What profited the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols.
Yep.
Right? And that ultimate idol that last idol is going to be that mark of the beast, man.
Yep.
Right? They're going to set this up as your means of salvation, right? And ultimately, you trying to save yourself from Esau, man. Right? He's giving you so just the way he set up these nations, man.
Oh yeah.
Right? He said, look, you take this deal to protect yourself from us.
Yep.
Right? That's the whole MO of Esau Edom is to lay something out, right, to protect you from what he was planning on doing to you in the first place, right? You know? And now that they're presenting this idol, that these people are going to be bowing down to them as God. Right?
Oh yeah. Revelation 13 and 8, man, tells you that the whole world is going to basically worship him. Right? Go ahead.
Say, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
Yep. It's just like you know, it gives you reference in the precept, 1 Kings 18:26. You know, Elijah, he mocked those what's it, like 450 false prophets. You see what I'm saying? And it, like you were saying, this is nothing but idolatry, man. And the Lord's going to destroy it, man. You know, the whole AI and all of that. All right, this is a great sorcery and witchcraft, man. You know.
Just going back to that WEF, right?
Oh yeah.
Ferrari.
Yep.
He was speaking on the AI in a plural sense, right? So he was like, would you allow these AI to date your children? Would you allow these AI to teach you religion? Would you allow, and all these things is people deifying that AI again. They're presenting this AI as that. It's like, look, this is going to be, you know, your new life, man. This is a sentient being, right? That people are going to be looking up to.
Oh yeah.
Right, and they're conditioning people to be accepting of these things once they implement them.
Oh yeah.
Right, that's why they're slow playing it right now. But it's gonna come a time where they can have a AI being, or holograms, or all, whatever type of shit walking through the streets, right? And people are gonna be looking at this as those pseudo miracles, right? Right, looking at these as gods on earth. You know, going back to the images, the image speaking, man.
Yep.
You know.
There you go.
Habakkuk 2:20. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him.
That's it, man. So we leave it like that. But yeah, it's heavy times, man. You know, we get ready to approach the month of February, not too long, man. Then we get to the springtime and Passover and all of that, man. And every time the Passover comes, every season, right, major shit happens, man. So we know from the spirit of 2026, man, it's definitely gonna go to a whole new level, man. You know, so stay locked in through the spirit. All right, we pray that this camp was edifying. We'll close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yerushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught us the truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom.